Take us through how you think this unfolds. What do you think some of the keys are? Who do you think comes away with this one?
Well, it's interesting to me to look at this with Justin Fields getting an opportunity to start. I'm so glad that we know he's starting, that they know he's starting, and there's no ambiguity, because that gives Matt Nagy an opportunity to put a game plan together that is Justin Fields specific. If you see Justin Fields throw 25 times from the pocket, the Bears are going to lose. But if you see them run some play action, if you see bootlegs, if you see waggles, anything that's getting him to change the launch point, I think that will be an easier time, run him away from some of the pressure that Cleveland can provide. And I know that the Browns don't have the sack numbers yet, and that scares me, like walking into this game, because that defense is too good to not have a bigger presence in the pass defense game. If we see the same type of defensive effort that the Bears showed against the Bengals, now I don't expect them to win the turnover battle 4-1 like they did last week. But if we can just see the same level of effort, I think that they've got a shot. Cleveland's a better team. Cleveland's a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. The Bears are hopeful that they can win a wild card. So it's hard for me to pick against Cleveland in this game, but everyone's super excited about the dawn of Justin Fields' career. And for us in Chicago, the bigger question isn't even, do they win? The question is, does Justin Fields play well enough that it will allow this coaching staff to say, maybe we should just go forward with him, even when Andy Dalton is healthy?
Yeah, and Laurence, I'll tell you, his ability to run concerns me. Even though the Browns' defense is really good, they've had trouble with Mahomes. They had trouble with Tyrod Taylor, and Justin Fields is a more athletic version than Tyrod Taylor, and that's a concern.
He's a big, strong dude, and it's weird because I don't think that people understand how big he is. Like, and when you stand next to him, you're like, oh wow, so this is a guy that's kind of got a linebacker build, but he's a quarterback. So I'm hopeful in designed run plays, like they do a lot of zone read stuff. But in some of those plays, I hope that we are seeing Cleveland spread out and maybe use some of the ideas that Lamar Jackson and Greg Roman used in Baltimore, where you're running and attacking straight up the middle of the defense. But it has to be through some of these spread formation to make it so that there are less people in the box. But you're right. Like, he's a weapon. And figuring out how to deploy him is up to Matt Nagy, and I hope that they get it right, because if they do, then we got something. We got something we haven't had for a really long time, a quarterback that Bears fans can truly believe in and get behind.
And Laurence, I hope for your sake and Bears fans' sake you get that quarterback, but I hope he doesn't show up in Cleveland on Sunday because the Browns need this one, and Browns fans understand what Bears fans are going through.